What's up? What's up, guys?
Hi,
What's
everybody.
this is uh this is the PR Project episode 69. Um,
Nice.
nice.
I
Hey,
Man, I'm out of formation.
you are. What do you got? What did you got going on? Oh, you. What's going on?
I'm at the airport trying to make my
Okay,
way back home.
so you have so you let's get you out the way, dog. So hold on. Where does okay? We got the Tracksmith duffel. Oh, we got this the PR project is sponsored by Tracksmith, and we have codes for you. You have PR Give. That's a free shipping. PR Give, and then as that adds up, we're going to be picking a foundation or nonprofit to donate that money to. Our commission on that is going to be donated. So PR Give when you order, that's free shipping, and then PR.
New.
Uh-oh.
new,
PR new
new.
for new customers to get a percentage off. Go use that now. If you're a new customer, you're missing out. Go get you some Tracksmith stuff. If you're a return customer, get your race day gear out the way and do free shipping because shipping adds up. Use it, and that one's also for a good cause.
Yeah, the PR new is 15% off of $75 or more.
Man,
Right?
and they have a bunch of different sometimes like you get tired of seeing some of the same things with brands, but this season I think they have like three different things going on. So it's
Yeah,
like go check out the website. They've got it all covered. They got race day stuff that's new. They've got the daily trainer stuff with more pockets. It's actually cracking right now.
I feel like they're dropping like new collections once a week.
It
Yeah.
feels like it's
Yeah.
like
I
we're
mean,
talking,
it's
we're
spring
talking about-
marathon time. You gotta
Right.
get it together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually, speaking
yeah.
of spring marathons, for the majors, I know there's only two left, but they have like special major collections, singlets and shorts and whatnot.
Oh,
T-shirt.
so what is that? So they got Tracksmith guys has this thing right now, or they've been doing it for like the last year. I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's like if you order it ahead of time, you get like a special made like hoodie for like I can't remember what they call it, but it's like you got to order it ahead of time. There's only like 75 to 100 of them in every city, and it like has the city name on it, and then you get to like they actually
Customize it. Yeah.
customize
They
it right in
put the
front of
patch
you.
on
Yeah.
there for you. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh, I didn't know
choose.
that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it's like you gotta order ahead of time because it's like they go pretty quick. All right, Aaron, hold up before you jump on the plane. So, congratulations. Wait, no, did you PR today or did you PR?
No. It
Okay,
wasn't a PR.
no. So earn PR. Congratulations, earn on a PR. But you ran a tune-up race, DC Rock and Roll half marathon. What do you
Yes.
got some words before you jump on this plane and head back to the United States of Michigan?
Yeah. It went very well. Um, I was a little worried because I had been sick for the past. Well, I wasn't sick, but I had a little cold for like a week. So
Yeah,
it
you
was.
got to clarify that in this day and age.
Yeah. I wasn't. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. So I didn't feel all that great going into it, but the race went well. I feel like I didn't go to the well at all. I wanted to run under. Well, I wanted to. My goal was really like 125 right on the dot, and I ran 124.51. So it's a great kind of foreshadowing for what is to come in 4 weeks for the goal race. So hopefully we can keep the momentum rolling.
Yeah, so you ain't wearing your medal. You supposed to have your medal in the airport, bro.
No. The race was
Only
yesterday,
for
and like Kobe said, job's not done. I ain't
Okay.
raising the banner for no Western Conference Finals. You feel me?
All right. Also, so if it was the marathon, you'd be rocking the medal.
I would have it in my mouth.
Okay.
Hey, yo.
All right. Well, go ahead, get on the plane. Congratulations on a well-run race. We'll probably talk junk about you when you get off the air.
As you should.
Yeah. We'll recap some of the things that you've told us. So we'll try to cover some of the bases.
Cool. And yeah, if we want to go in detail about it more,
Yeah.
I'll be on next week. So congratulations, Gary. Good race today, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
All right, for sure. Talk to you later, man.
See ya.
All right, yeah. So that was cool that he was able to jump on. He
Yeah,
is getting
yeah.
on his flight.
I'm just happy he got in the flight because I know it was a bit of a worry. No,
Yeah. So glad he's on the flight. And yeah, no, he had a great race. I was talking to what everybody now that because we had to kind of get that out the way. Aaron was at the airport. Want to make sure he had some time to talk about the race.
Actually, if you go to Aaron's stories, he kind of lays it out pretty well too. His
Yeah.
his recap pretty well.
Okay, and then check that out. Give him a follow if you don't already. I mean, hopefully you already do. But if you don't, give him a follow. Give him some views. Hit the like button on the story or something like that. But tap in if you ran today. Let us know if you ran a race today or yesterday. Let us know.
I saw a lot of St. Patrick's Day races over the weekend, so I know quite a few of you must have run something.
Or somebody's St. Pattying right now,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're out
yeah.
and about. Now we appreciate you tapping in. We had somebody tap in from a bar in Miami last week. So
Yeah.
I mean, hey, and I'm sure he's here right now. So yeah, hold on really quick. So I have a question. So this kind of came up. I don't know how to ask the question because I'm trying to type it and think at the same time. What do you think about less? What do you think about non-goal races? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, because so Mac was talking to you today. Run with Mac. Remember, she
Yeah.
said like, yeah, I was kind of like, and she kind of hinted at like, yeah, just letting people know like it was just we're doing marathon pace,
Yeah.
for a half, and you could kind of like I talked to them yesterday because I was on their pod, and you could hear that it was like one of those things we used to do like this too though. We used to have like this weird thought around like making sure people knew that we weren't going for a PR. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like when Laura Green does that Strava titles.
Yeah, the
I was
Strava
running with
titles.
a friend. I was pacing somebody.
Yeah.
I think as she says it best, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like
But I
these,
mean,
these are fun. But
yeah.
I did tell everybody it was a tune-up race myself. Like now I was just doing a
But
simulator. Right?
I feel like there's ways. Like I feel like in at one point I was definitely doing it like more of a by the way. Um but now it's more like, hey, it's fun to share some of the way, like the way you're doing it, especially if you feel like you're being coached and you're kind of doing it the right way or a way that could be beneficial to others. So you're saying, hey, got this tune-up race. Here's the goal for that tune-up race. Big races like, my goal race, as you know, is still Boston or still this. So like that's one of those like transparency moments where it's like, this is part of it. If I didn't have a tune-up race, I would have done a simulator that would have probably been somewhat like this. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of sharing the journey. But then there's also some of these races that aren't necessarily tune-up races, but you're just like in the middle of a training block, or you're not in a training block, and you don't necessarily have a big A goal for it, but you want to run it like, say you want to run a 130 in the half. Like
Yeah.
like we know that would you just run today?
123.
124.3.
Yeah.
My bad. So like we know, like if you're like, hey, you go out and run a 130. I think that there's like this feeling around, do I have to like announce the fact that I'm like not going for it in this? And you kind of see that in people's posts and stuff. And I don't think it's weird, but I kind of want to know people's thoughts. Like,
I think
so
it's the stratification of the running. Where running's at now.
yeah,
I think everybody believes that we're all following each other's Stravas like super close and silently judging.
yeah,
People's like, oh well, 130 versus 123. Hope you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
hurt or
Like everything okay? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But I mean, I don't even know if it's Strava. I mean, I think it's just the Instagram of the thing, where it's like
yeah,
everything is shared, and that's cool. And I love sharing all my stuff or whatever. But like, if it feels like sometimes if you don't like give people a heads up, it's like something might be wrong with you. But I'm gonna take the question off. So like, yeah, guys, think about what are your thoughts on like non-goal races? Like, do you have them? Do you care if people think? Do you care what people think if you run a race, or do you kind of announce what you're doing or not?
I think Mark
What's the
here.
thought?
I think even if we don't care, we do kind of care. You know?
Not yeah,
Yeah.
not good. Yeah, yeah. Hold on, put the question back up because I'm gonna actually I'm gonna try to like do like a double thing here and also talk to like Instagram because I think it's a really good question because I think it's it's like a toxic trait of ours where we like feel like we have to, like it has to be a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, and it's like it's almost like we want to say. So, guys, the question is, what do you think about non-goal races? Like, do you let people know that it's a non-goal race and you're not going for your PR? Do you not care? Do you like, what's the vibe? Because a lot of times we run a race and it's not our PR or even close because we didn't intend for it to be, or we just are not in PR shape. And then we feel like we gotta like explain what we do. Tap in PR project. What do y'all think?
For this one, I didn't really announce that I was doing it. I just
Yeah,
showed up. Even my parents texted me, were like, "We didn't know you were running a race today." And I was like, "Yeah, it's just a tune-up, no big deal." You know.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's kind of
yeah,
what you make of it too.
yeah.
So I do think it is fun just to jump, like if you're not training for a goal race, to
Hmm.
jump into a 5K, 10K, and just either give it your all or just have fun with it without
Hmm.
having to explain yourself. But it's not as easy to do nowadays because you're right. Everybody's like, you know, did you get a PR? Did you win your division? Did you,
Yeah.
is this your goal race? So
Yeah, I feel like it. I mean, I think it's fun that people care about what other people are doing, and I think it's like kind of it can be kind of cool to like to have that community back you up too. Because I mean, a lot of times people are like rooting for you too. Like it's like they they want to see you PR. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So they're checking like, all right, everything okay? Because especially, I mean, honestly, let's just be real. Like, I mean, we started the PR project because every time we were like training, we were trying to PR.
yeah,
But I think in some part of your journey, like I'm hoping to PR again soon. In all distances, but like I think the further you go along, PRs are a little different to come by, like at every single race. Maybe the marathon is a little different because you can kind of chip away at that, but you're not going to PR every 5K you run.
yeah.
You're not going
I
to
didn't
PR.
PR at all. Well, I guess if you count that half marathon last year, but really, I almost went through the whole 2022, 2023 without
Yeah,
without a
yeah. He
PR.
was. I mean,
You know,
some would say that's terrible, Gary.
some
What
would,
happened? What happened to you?
some would lost a lot of sleep over the past couple of years.
Yeah. All right. So hold on. Let's go back really quick, just for clarification. T Davis is in the house, so he's back from MIAO. We got running with Selly. He raced he raced yesterday and he hit the trails today. Dope.
Nice. How'd you
Um,
do?
I'm done. I'm done. Strava PRs. No shade to Strava. I love Strava. Strava's amazing. Strava's a great social tool to use around endurance sports. And it's a great way to establish community, connect with people all over the world and such, right? But we're not doing Strava PRs.
I did.
It's
I
not
did. I did follow her stories because she was. I think when she initially posted it, she's like, I don't know if this counts. You know. So she was. She seemed to be hesitant.
hesitant about what? Claiming that she did.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's a difference. It's a difference between. She was saying. I looked at her stories too. She was saying Strava PR.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a Strava PR. Like she wasn't looking at the Strava number. She was looking at her watch number, and that the time that it stopped on the watch was also the number that she was showing on Strava. She didn't drill down to say my Strava half marathon PR at the distance. You know what I'm saying?
I got her
Because
back. Yeah.
sometimes I'm just saying in general. Sometimes you can have like Strava. Strava will tell you that you ran the marathon in like 2 hours and 10 minutes, but you ran the course wild, and your actual chip time is like 2 hours and 58 minutes. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
She wasn't saying that. She was saying the time that was like literally showed on Strava as her watch.
Oh. Okay. All right.
So she's saying Strava PR, and she making it sound cap, but it's not even cap. It's just her watch time. So
Yeah.
that's actually should be correct as long as you started it and stopped it at the right times. That's your like people go, oh, I don't know what my official is. Like it should be super close to what your watch says. Your watch. Unless you stopped your watch during the race. You know
Right.
what I'm
Oh.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, people do that. Sometimes people will stop their watch to use the restroom or like at an aid
Yeah. Which you
station to
shouldn't
give high
do.
five.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure what that I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've
I
heard
think
people
well,
do
if you're in a
before.
race, you can't stop your watch.
No, I mean, what's the point?
Right.
This is
You
yeah.
see,
I mean, if you,
you're in it. You're in it. So.
I know people that don't stop their watches at like stop signs.
Mm,
I mean, what are
mm,
you, ultra runner? Do you not care about like pacing at all?
yeah. That's like.
I'm too what's it called? Superficial
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That goes back to the stratification of it all. Like, I don't want anyone to see my last name.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine if you like ran through the city or something like that and you stopped like a bunch of times and you never stopped to watch. Your paces would be
Yeah.
you'd be like 10 minutes. I mean, it'd be a lot.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
More.
It
It'd be
throw
more.
off your chorus dynamics or.
Oh yeah, that too. That
Yeah.
too. Imagine. So like guys, you're gonna hear something funny about Gary. Every time
Every time.
every single time he stops his watch after a run, he hasn't even stopped running fully. Like he's still he's still doing like the little like I just ran 20-mile shuffle, and you're already looking like what percentage? What is that thing called? Your performance percentage?
Something like that. Yeah. I don't have it with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're already looking at that and like mad or happy that it's like over or under, 100%.
If it's 100, I'm good. If it's 98,
Yeah.
I'm like I ran at 20 miles last Sunday and it said 98.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love like when you get mad about that. It's awesome. I think it's like one of the most fun things that could happen.
Yeah. Running
Uh,
performance. Yeah.
Running performance. So yeah, Jalen Thomas said race the Shamrock in half in Sacramento today. GI issues got the best of me. What does GI stand for? In reference to to Joe.
General enlistment.
Enlistments with an E.
Oh.
Hey, if you nailed that off the first, what does GI mean? Can somebody look in? Can our producer, aka someone in the chat, look this up? What does GI mean for when it says GI Joe? So yeah, but like when for Jalen, like GI issues suck, man. Like when you get that and you just can't like get rid of it, and it's like painful and weird. That's like the worst thing possible. Worst thing possible.
Yeah. It's a long day. It's a
It's a
long day.
long day. So sorry that got the best of you, but hopefully you had some fun around the GI Joe issues. Steve McKellar says 10-mile easy run taper for around the Bay, 34K in Hamilton, Ontario next week.
It doesn't mean
34K.
anything.
What?
GI.
What?
It is an informal term that refers to a soldier in the United States Armed Forces, especially the Army. It is mostly associated with World War II, but continues to see use.
So it doesn't stand for anything.
It was originally an initialism used in the Army paperwork for items made of galvanized iron.
Oh. So is galvanized iron the dog tags?
No.
Okay. I was trying to piece it together.
I think like the soldiers are like iron strong. They're galvanized iron. They're GI.
They're galvanized iron strong. Like
Yeah.
so if you got yeah.
General infantry.
Who said that?
Steve McKellar here.
Oh, he's probably well, I mean, you read it on the Googles.
Well, I read it on Wikipedia, so
Wikipedia is pretty Wikipedia is normally pretty on. That's so funny. He's like he answered intestinal. Yes. I was trying to, general infantry, ground infantry. These are good guesses. General infidels. I don't know. All right. Let's scroll back up here because we got a lot of people in the chat talking. This is great. Keep it up. If you guys have any questions though, ask us a question because everybody like Gary. You're 4 weeks away from Boston. I'm 4 weeks away from Boston. I'm 5 weeks away from London. So it's getting to be the time when like you should already be thinking about hydration, fueling, how you're going to carry such things. If you haven't practiced them, you need to be practicing them now. If y'all have questions on what we use, how we take hydration and fuel, let us know, because this should also be mildly helpful for you as well.
Right,
Because it's
right.
yeah, yeah. Hold on really quick. Maurice said I ran Tokyo mostly because I was gonna be in town anyways, not really a PR on any time. So yeah, Maurice, like that's dope. Like I think that that's awesome. And I think that to me, I like that more folks of color are kind of finding this balance. Like I like that there's certain times when people that I know will just are going for it in a race, and then there's other times when they're just enjoying the experience. You know what I'm saying? Because I think in the beginning, when you're new to running, like everything, especially if you're like a personality like on my side of things, like everything's so serious and everything's about like gotta PR, gotta PR, gotta be better, stronger, faster, right? But then you shouldn't have to be like that all the time. Like you should be able to try to enjoy running. And
Yeah,
also I love the fact that like Maurice was like in Japan, like just like I'm just gonna have a good time, have it, enjoy this and get this, get this star,
right. Get the star exactly, and yeah, one of the biggest marathons in the world. I do think
Yeah.
it's fun, and I haven't done it a lot, but just if you're like on vacation or you're somewhere and they
Mm.
have like a 5K, 10K, if you're able to do it,
Yeah.
just jump in and have a good time with that.
Yeah, for sure, for
I don't know
sure.
about jumping into a marathon over the weekend, but
Yeah, if you're a beast like that, you're a beast like that,
yeah, yeah,
bro.
yeah.
We all know that Jalen said we all know that every race won't be a PR or even PR attempt, but it's interesting that we still explain when the times are slower. It's an ego thing
Yeah.
for sure, but like I don't like doing it. It happens. Like you start going like, well, I just had a little, like I guess that just comes with the sport though, low key.
Yeah.
You think it's a sport or it's like Instagram or it's got to be a sport. You've been running since before like Phil Knight made the shoes, right? Right.
Right.
So yeah, you were running before waffles,
No.
right? So like before
Yeah. No.
Instagram,
We were always making everybody, even on the team or you do a local 5K.
yeah,
When I
it's
was
like what
growing
was your
up.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's competitive. It's
Did you
just a
win?
competitive thing. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Did you win?
Did you win?
Um, yeah, I ran the New York City Marathon last weekend. Oh, how'd you do? Did you win? Close. I came close. I could have if I wanted to.
Yeah. I was just chilling.
I was just. All right. So Allison Stable says, you don't need a pace goal for every race. Some people have a goal of just doing a half in every state or seeing a new city by foot. That was the Baltimore accent. Or having fun with friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope. That's dope.
That's a good
That's dope.
point. Yeah, because there are a lot of those folks who do that. Trying to get all 50 states in a certain race or whatever.
And that in itself is a goal. Like that's not like that's like you may not have a pace goal, but you have a goal to do certain things. And I don't have that goal. Like, so that's a big goal for me. Like if somebody said, hey, you want to run a half in every state? I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to run 50 halves, period. But like that's a different thing. And it doesn't always have to be time. So that's really dope to me. Cool. Let me see what else we got here. Running with Sally said 140 on the dot, 7-minute PR.
Good work. Good work.
7-minute PR, but man, I got zapped at the Calvert Hill in DC. Like
Yeah, Aaron was talking about that.
we heard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it 7 something grade or something like that?
it was like wasn't it like 100 feet or something like that? And
100 feet of elevation and like a steep
yeah,
grade.
yeah, barely like in less than a quarter mile, something like that.
Yeah.
Um, there will be no slander to Allison. I apologize.
Yep. Yep.
I apologize.
Duly noted.
I apologize. So Allison said I had a PR in May of 150. Oh, here we go. I had a PR in May of 150, 157.19, average pace 180. I can't think. I'm talk 8:57 yesterday. I ran 157.44, average pace 155 or 8:55. That's why I was confused. Don't play with me, Tommie. All right, so
I think
I
that
don't
had to
know,
do with the distance, I'm guessing, versus like you ran a Strava says you ran
but that's
13.2 versus
but
13.3, even though your time.
no. So
Okay,
so no
fine.
because the algorithm, right, for that number is only, or the math on that number is only based on the distance that the race puts in. right?
Was this
So
but hold on, was this a Strava
no,
calculation or a race calculation?
this is race calculations.
Oh,
These are her race like results. So like maybe what I'm thinking is maybe whoever put the number in for yesterday versus whoever put the number in last May probably put like a different number, like 26.219, or you know what I'm saying, or something like different
was
right
this the
there.
same race that the Believe in the Run crew ran? Because I think that was short. Is what they were saying.
Which one?
Arlington? Or they ran some sort of half marathon last weekend. A half marathon last weekend.
But no, it doesn't matter about the actual distance.
Sounds like it does.
No. Look, listen. So not forget the watch. Throw the watch.
I don't do math.
You
I'll
don't
put
do
in that for me.
you don't do listen either.
No,
Take off the watch. Throw the watch away. Right.
I don't have a watch on.
So 157.19 is from the starting mat to the end mat. No matter what she did in the middle, she could have done circles around whatever and ran 27 miles, right? The math on that average pace is done by the race itself. It doesn't know what she did in between. It doesn't care. It just is time and distance. So what I'm saying is they must have had a different distance put in there in the calculation to pull that number. I'm just trying to have her unconfused. I don't
think she is confused.
Yes, she is.
She said was confused.
She's still confused. This isn't slander. Whoever. I was just trying to help. All right. Never mind. We're just gonna leave. Allison, we're not answering any more of your questions or commenting on anything else you have to say. So yeah, that was the Brooklyn Half in May. Time to listen to Gary. He's more wise than you.
It's
just
true.
because you have more gray hairs and maybe 30, 40 years older.
Do I have more?
Yes, for sure. Just because you cut it off or don't, or just because it's gone doesn't mean that.
Did you cover your head?
Yeah. He's like, no, I mean, okay, I have some, right?
Yeah.
Look at your beard.
Yeah.
You have more gray hair in your beard than I have on my head.
I don't know.
Oh my god. All right. So, all right, cool. We're not listening to Gary ever. But let's get to what happened today, Gary. I mean, we've wasted enough time. Well, I don't know if it's really a waste if you know. All right, so Gary, talk to me. What happened today? How'd you do? Walk us through. Do it quarter mile increments. Explain where you were doing what, doing everything.
Yeah. So today we are about 4 weeks out from the Boston Marathon, and I jumped into the Rock CF half marathon here in Michigan. And Grosse Ile, which is an island down in southeast Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically, it wasn't supposed to, I wasn't going for it. Just
let y'all know.
So, yeah, don't judge my time. But it was just a kind of tune-up race for Boston, test out some gear, test out fueling options, test out, what I'm going to have for dinner the night before.
What'd you have for dinner last night, Gary?
I made some baked potatoes.
That's what you're going to do in Boston? Make some baked potatoes?
I don't know, because I'm still trying to figure out the restaurant situation in Boston, but I carbo loaded something. I mean, the problem is you're going to a city, you can't make up their pasta dishes in whatever restaurant we decide to find. Mm-hmm. But with that, I did get a big old load of carbs through starches. As soon as I said it, and then I carried. I got oatmeal in the morning. I got oatmeal in the morning, and then I started sipping on some Morton's 360 on the drive down to Grosse Ile, because that's what I'll be fueling with.
320.
320. Thank you. That's what I'll be fueling with on race day. And I carried a bottle with me as well. I carried the Morton's bottle, but I found like a a thing to like a handle that you can put onto
Yeah.
the bottle, and that worked out pretty well, to be honest with you. It was on pretty tight, so I didn't move around a lot. I didn't feel like I had to like hold on to it, so I didn't have to worry about hand cramping or anything like that. But the goal for the race was to run marathon pace for the first 10 miles, and
Mhm.
then the last 5K, let it rip per se. But as I was told by the coach, Melissa Johnson White, within reason.
Mhm.
So I was within 9 seconds of my goal pace throughout the entire first 10 miles.
Okay.
I was pretty happy with that. Feedback from the coach was she was pretty happy with that as well. And then I started to pick it up at 5K, but not crazy. I really do think I really did have in the back of my mind something that you and Ern and I had talked about the day before, which was what was the term you guys used? Uh,
Hmm.
you don't slam the door on it. What's the term you guys use? You remember that?
I
We
don't
talked
know.
about not.
I mean, just not like wasting, not using. I don't know what we said, but
Yeah,
like
but basically, you don't.
don't go to the well. You're not trying to go to the well in
Yeah,
this race.
yeah.
Yeah.
This was just to kind of the goal here was to run 10 miles at marathon pace, and the last 5K, if you feel pretty good, pick it up as if you would the last 20 miles of a marathon. So
Mhm.
that was the goal. So I didn't go crazy. I think I topped out at 6 minutes and 8 seconds to close out the race. I finished with a 1:23:28, which is a second off my half marathon PR, which I got
Mhm.
in Detroit this past November. Or is it November?
I don't know.
October, whenever Detroit is.
Yeah.
I felt really good though. Once everything kind of cleared out, I was pretty much running by myself, and then I started to pick people off slowly but surely. Like I could see people up ahead, and I was patient, let them come back to me. Didn't really worry about chasing them down until they got closer, and I could like pick it up a little bit. And then when I like to pass somebody, I like to like pass them, not like run with them for a bit, but like make it a clean, decisive. I'm passing you. Have a great job, buddy, and move on. So I would pick up the pace a little bit there just to get some distance and then settle back into pace. But
Mhm.
overall, I don't know how many of y'all been to the Rock CF Marathon. This is my first time doing it, half
Yeah.
marathon. I thought it was a great course, great race, 900 people, very competitive. I think the winner topped out at 106. Tommie, is that right?
Nah, I think it was like one. Yeah, it might have been 107.
107. Still,
Yeah. Yeah.
they have a 5K there, but Daniel Garza was there, and
I think he did 16:30 5K.
yeah,
And that's I was like, even like when I said it, I felt like dumb asking him. I was like, "Have you been running much?" He was like, I was like, "Your training been good?" He was like, "No, I really haven't been running too much because this winter was tough." Dude comes out and runs a 16:30
yeah,
and hasn't been running much.
yeah. That guy's
Yeah,
insane.
he's pretty quick. He's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So tell us. Oh, we have some questions before I start badgering you. We got at least one. Uh, Allison says, Gary, what have you done different in this training since working with Melissa?
Melissa's given me the kind of confidence and advice, like real more direct direction than I haven't had before. Before I was using plans on paper, and I would have access to speak with coaches, but not like a one-on-one coach. So Melissa kind of gives me that personal, here's what we're going to do this week. Here's why we're going to do it this week. Here's the method to my madness, so to speak.
Hmm.
She's very good about clear directions, especially when it comes to more intricate workouts like, with hill work, 4 minutes up, 4 minutes down, you know, um, type of stuff. Where before I didn't really have a lot of clear direction on how to do some of this.
Yeah.
She's just very good about that. She's very good about pep talks, the day before the race. She's also very good about scheduling changes. I'm taking the kids on a spring break trip in a couple weeks. I had to let her know that so she could, work that into the plan. Um, even for this race, I didn't tell her about it till maybe 3 weeks ago. So
Yeah,
she's able to fit it into the plan. So stuff like that, that helps because without that, I wouldn't have known where to drop in a half marathon, tune-up
yeah, man.
race
Yeah,
because the plans on paper don't count for the Hanson's marathon method. The plans on paper don't account for tune-up races. So um, that's been a big help for me.
yeah. I think part of the I haven't done any of this without a coach at all. I mean, she's been my coach since I decided that I wanted to try to qualify for Boston. Before I had even run a marathon, she was my coach. But I've the more like I talk to people that don't have coaches and like have questions and things like that, it typically ends up being like the reason why I know that a coach would be good, even if you know a lot about running and you know yourself and you know your body and stuff like that, and you're trying to like do, and you're able to kind of do some of it on your own. It's like having that objective standpoint,
Right.
from somebody that's like looking at what's happening, hearing what you're saying, seeing your paces. Because sometimes you're like, you could feel like you're doing great, and they'd say like, hey, I want to pull it back just a little bit, or you could be having a tough time in your training block for whatever, and they could be like, hey, look, remember you did this, and this, and then you traveled, and then you went here.
Right.
That takes a lot out of you, and even if it's just like someone just kind of like letting you off the hook a little bit, but having like real reasons because they've coached hundreds of people, it's really helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. And then even the best coaches have their own coaches. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Even the best in the world have a coach.
Yeah.
Like you think Elliot Kipchoge doesn't know what to do?
Right. Right.
You don't think he could do a training block on his own?
No, I think one of the things we talked about this yesterday a little bit. One of the benefits of having a coach, and I'm not, thankfully, I'm not at this point. But Tommie, you were coming off an injury. You have a coach who's going to be able to ease you back into training versus,
Mhm.
you feel good for a little bit and jump back into it, and then boom, you're hurt again. You got somebody like you said, an outside perspective to say you're not ready yet. Let's just build you back up to where you need to be in order to get you where you want to be.
Yeah, yeah. No, like that's what's up. And yeah, and the good thing for you is like the training part of it hasn't changed too much because
Right.
you already were doing that. The method was the same. I
Yeah. The
think
method and the mileage
I think
was
the
big.
mileage would probably be a little different, like, or at least the way she's trying to structure is maybe a tiny bit different, but
Yeah.
it's not like a shock to the system. But at least you have somebody that can help you work through like life, because most of us on listening to this or us talking are like have other stuff to do and we're not professional runners. So it's like sometimes you need somebody to help you figure out how to work around like life
Right.
happenings and trips and all that stuff. So yeah. Good question, Allison.
Yes. Thank
Isaiah
you.
Isaiah said he's got the Black Cat 20 miler next weekend. Hold on, let's go back to really quick. Who said they had a 57K? What is
Okay.
57K?
I
I
said
don't even know.
earlier, I
Yeah,
don't do
yeah.
math.
It's not even a. Oh yeah, 57 30 that's 57. 34K around the bay 34K. So what's that like? This got to be like 31 miles or something like that, 32. It's like a 30K.
6, 12,
Wait, 30K.
6,
That's
12, 18, 20 maybe?
in my head I was thinking 26 miles. I was thinking 34 miles. And then
No.
I saw K. I'm like over here tripping. Um, that's cool. Like I bet that around the bay, I would imagine that's probably a good looking race. Weren't you on water a lot today, Gary? Like right off the water?
Uh, yeah, kind of for the most part. Actually,
Yeah,
the first once we got off of that little 2 mile like blip, when we
yeah,
went into the island for a little bit,
yeah,
I was reminded of Bayshore for a
yeah.
second.
Okay.
That looked a lot like Bayshore. So yeah, but it wasn't the same once you got on the other side of the island. It was just,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Yeah, it was really fun being out there with you. I mean, if you guys go to my Instagram, like I dropped a reel. It was kind of like a little fun recap of like the day. I had a good time. I had 10 miles to do because I'm still like trying to get back into it and nurse this knee thing. Or leg. It's not even a knee. It's like my whole leg is randomly not good here and there. But it was really fun to like run. Like I did 2 mile warm up with you guys, you and Ern, and then saw you guys go off, and then like I ran a bit, got stopped, got a couple videos, sprinted next to people trying to get videos for people,
Yeah.
and then did like I think I might have maybe done at the most maybe 4 miles straight
Oh,
out of
really?
10. Yeah, like maybe 4. Actually, that's a lie. I probably did 3 miles straight without stopping, But it was really fun to be around the atmosphere. There's a lot of people out there, and I don't normally go to races really, other than like Trivium stuff. Like I don't really go to many races here in the area.
No.
So like I just didn't. It was cool to have like to see a lot of people that know me or that I know, and like say what up. So I got a bunch of different videos of people as they went by. So that was really fun.
It was nice because it is a drive. It's
Yeah, 50. It's like 50 minutes for me.
yeah, but there was a lot of folks we knew down there. A lot of the local communities for the different run clubs all made appearances.
Yeah.
It was cool. You could tell it's a pretty big deal. Again, I don't know how many years they've been doing this, but it's sold out. I think Ern had to get a special, made some what they call 100 Rock CF to get in. So
I'm gonna hit up the Rock CF people and tell him don't let him do that again. This is 2 years in a row. Dude knows when the race is. But he was like excited about it. He wanted to come back next year too. So
yeah.
I'd love to do something around that to raise some money too, though, for a cystic, because the Rock CF is rock, and then the CF is cystic fibrosis.
Yeah, which is a lung disease, I think.
So if you see those shirts that have like the X-ray and it looks like there's like lungs on the shirt, that's them, right?
They're
Is
shoes
that the race
that look
there?
like lungs.
The shoes that look like lungs.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the great race, great course. Not flat, but not like terribly hilly.
Yeah,
Couple,
it looked like it was a couple little hills.
couple good little hills, but nothing like this area.
Okay, yeah. And then Jalen Thomas said I volunteered for the first time at a 5K, 10K Saturday and passed out waters and medals. It was a great time. That's awesome. I've never done that.
Yeah, I would do that. I think that's one of the New York things to do to get into the New York City Marathon. Is to, if you don't make the lottery or you're not a time qualifier, you have to run in like I think it's called 9+1. You run in 9 of the New York City Roadrunners races,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you volunteer at one. So 9+1.
All right.
It's kind of
That's
a cool
cool.
little program. Yeah.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
these races wouldn't be what they are without the volunteers. So
Yeah, there's a great group out there.
I need it to be a good day though, because I couldn't have done volunteering today. I mean, the weather was fine for running for sure, but like standing out there, it was a little breezy, a little chilly.
It was snowy.
It snowed.
We got snow at one point, and I was like, and I'm in a singlet and shorts, because you test your race gear, and I was like, oh man, how long is this gonna last? Big old snowflakes. Oh, we didn't even talk about the most important thing that happened today.
Oh, hold on. I was just thinking that. Hold on. I feel like we buried
the lead on this one.
Hold on. We really buried the lead. Whoever is here, we have a story for you. It's exciting. It's sad. It's mostly sad.
Yeah.
It's mostly sad. I don't do well with sad things. So if I smile a lot while we're talking about it, it's because I'm trying to not be sad. Okay. Does anybody want to know our sad story first? If they don't want to know, they don't want to know. So if you want to hear our sad story that happened today, right before the race, say yes. I want to hear the story in the chat really quick. But in the meantime, while we're talking about that, I think I'm gonna reach out to Rock CF, like I said, and I think I'm gonna try to do something next year to help like raise some money around the race. That would be really cool. Yeah, that would be cool. Yes, please. Okay, that's all we needed. Arnie. Oh, Arnie, you might even know about it, bro. Like you were there.
Yeah, you were there.
All right, so who's telling the story? You want me to tell it?
I can start it because I've been telling the family here.
I've been telling it like. So I left somebody a 4-minute voice message, like hold the button, because I couldn't end the story because it isn't a short story. It really isn't, because you have to explain the setup.
So we were the way it works here is parking was at the high school, and then there was a path between the high
Wait,
school and the middle school where the race
hold up,
started.
hold up.
Oh,
See, I was gonna leave her alone.
mm.
Next time I think of any mild shade or slight or slander, I'm
Allison, can I
I'm
tell a
throw
story?
I'm throwing it. Oh, it's me. Okay. Good. Good.
Um, so there's a pathway, like a paved pathway between the middle school and the high school, and along the path there are tennis courts and there are a baseball field, and then there's like open field. There's
Yeah.
wooded with
It's
like
a
a
really
wooded
big
area.
area. Really
Yeah,
big area. Yeah.
and we're walking towards the start line, and way out in the distance we see about 3 deer just running around the wood line. You're like, oh, cool.
Frolicking.
Yeah,
Frolicking even, you know?
yeah. Like, oh, cool. Look at the deer. Thanks, Allison. Um, so like, oh, cool. And we just keep on walking down the path. The path is what, half mile according to Aaron?
I mean, it wasn't a half mile. Actually, he was definitely overshot that. But
Yeah.
yeah, the first path, it was like a windy path. So like you
Right.
go up and then he goes through and then it turns right again. So it was like a S-shaped like path. So you're on one side of this tree line, like the split of the screen is one side of the tree line. We went and then you're on Gary's side of the tree line now. And then to our right was a really big open field. To our
Mhm.
left was the baseball field with like a fence around it.
Yeah.
And then we got pretty much past the field, almost. Oh, we
Yeah.
did. We got past
We got
the
all the way
baseball
past the
field.
field. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got past the baseball field. We were doing the top right turn of the of like kind of going away from the baseball field, but
Yeah.
towards the bigger field.
Yeah. Like literally we're about to turn into the parking lot for the middle school.
Yeah,
So
like we were about to be out of that field. But
yeah. And then
Gary sees 3 deer, the same three. Well, we
yep.
didn't know they were the same three, but just like all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, look at the deer."
And they are flying. Like I've never seen deer run this fast before in my entire life.
Yeah, no, I mean, in like and I said the exact same. Like, I've never seen an animal
In real life.
in real life
Yeah.
move as fast as those deer were moving. This is no exaggeration. Those deers, I mean, I feel like they saw something that we didn't see. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
seen anything move that fast except a car or a
Yeah. They got
motorcycle.
I think you said it best. Something made them skittish
Something.
and they tore out of wherever they were at. So I turn around because there's still people in the path. It wasn't just us. There's people in the path making their way to the start line.
Over, yeah, over near the people were behind us up the path, like
Yeah.
over near the baseball field, and that's where they were
So
heading.
yeah. So my concern was, hopefully, hey, like we kind of yelled out, hey, look out, because we
Yeah,
didn't want these people to get hit. The deer in front,
because it was like 3 of them in a row. It was like 1, 2, 3. Like
yeah,
somehow they were like staggered 1, 2, 3. It wasn't like they weren't running side by side.
right, yeah, yeah. The deer in front, I don't know what happened, but that deer hit that cyclone fence head on,
So and so
and it
like
was loud.
it was, so the deer was going and it did jump. It jumped over the sidewalk for some reason. Like it
Yeah,
saw the sidewalk for sure because it was like grass, sidewalk, grass, fence.
yeah,
And the grass between the sidewalk and the fence was maybe 6 feet. So it was a quick little thing. This deer jumped over the little sidewalk just to like clear it. Full speed ran head first into the fence right there. Like people were right in front of it. Like people
yeah,
were right there. And it just dropped. And then the second one like was too close and it kind of like ran into that one a little bit and hit the fence a little bit too,
but
but
like
off to
more
the
on the
side.
side of the deer, like
Yeah,
on the side
side
of
of the
the
deer.
body. Yeah,
But it fell, but it got up really quick.
yeah, knocked the third deer over, so they
Yeah, then
both fell.
the
Yeah,
third deer was almost clear, but like he got knocked over or she got knocked over because of the other one. And then they both like gathered themselves like in the mud and like took off,
yeah.
into the trees. And
Left
the
left
other
their deer friend behind.
left their dear friend behind.
That's a double meaning there.
There's a double entendre for sure. Left the dear friend behind. And I'll save you the other part. But it was people, everybody just froze because
Right,
nobody
everyone's
knew
just
what to
staring and
do.
stopping. Mouths
Nobody knew what to
agape.
do.
I
Everybody's just
mean,
like, somebody was like, what is happening? Like I like literally was like, what is happening
I
right
think
now?
we all started to wait for the deer to get up and move.
Yeah, but
You know,
it wasn't moving at all, and then eventually its legs start. Okay, this is the part that gets
yeah.
we don't have to do that. The legs started moving, so we all thought like, okay, it just got knocked out. Long story, already long.
Hold on, but hold on, we got forgot about the one
Oh,
lady.
the one lady. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
Wait, hold
the
on. We're standing there the whole time. No one said. Gary's not saying, "Let's get out of here." Ern's just watching. I'm just watching. We're all standing there. Everyone's standing. There's like maybe
yeah.
20, 30 people just kind of scattered throughout this path, just staring. And none of that made us want to walk away. And then, but this did it for Gary.
And so then this lady walks up, she walked back towards the deer, not like she was kind of with us a little bit, and then she walked back towards the deer, squatted down next to it, and started to pet it as if to say, it's okay, or
Yeah, like she
like
she was like legit there with the
yeah.
animal. Like she
And
knew it was gonna happen.
that was it for me. There's no way.
As soon as she started walking towards it, yeah, I heard Gary like, nope,
Yeah,
and then she squatted down and started petting the deer's head, and Gary was like, I can't watch this. I can't watch this. I gotta get out of here.
yeah,
And it wasn't be like because like it was a sad moment. Gary just was thinking that it was gonna like hopefully. I mean, because we're all hoping that it was just knocked
yeah.
out.
My
Gary was hoping that it was gonna jump up and like hurt the lady because like
right.
you know what I'm saying.
Like that's the last thing I see to see is a deer getting a stinger and then popping up and just tearing this lady apart with a hooves or a headbutt or
Yes,
whatever.
yeah, like, and
Um,
then one lady was behind us. She was like, I don't need this. I can't handle this today. Like,
yeah,
what?
yeah. She was. I mean, she was in
She
tears.
was
Like she got.
distraught though.
Yeah,
Yes.
she was triggered pretty good. But
Um. Yeah, it was terrible. It
yeah,
was terrible.
I
And then so later on, I was talking to the because it was right off the path where everyone was gonna have to walk back and forth. So everybody who came after us or like left out soon, even when the race was done, we walked back out and they
yeah.
had moved. So it passed
We kind of
away.
moved the deer off being near the
Yeah,
path, but it was still
off the
there.
path a bit, but it's definitely
Yeah,
still there. So like we saw some kids, like some parents and some kids walk by, and the parents saw it, and they were trying to like keep their like
yeah,
children from seeing it because it was like right there.
yeah.
But it was
I'd never seen anything like that before in my life.
but I mean, it's just yeah. So it was just it was like it was like it was nice that the lady did that. Like in hindsight, it's like it was dangerous. I mean, because what if it what's up?
Okay.
Hold on, hold on. What's up, Nicholas? Yo, what's up, Nicholas?
Is it night time? Yeah.
He like, he's like, what is going on over here? What y'all talking about? But yeah, it was a crazy moment, and it's like I hadn't had a deer run in with a deer in a while,
Yeah, that's true.
and then this happened.
I did ask somebody if they had it on video because we all kind of walked together.
No one had it on video. I mean,
No,
but then we were at a point where no one would be videoing anyway. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like we're just walking. But it was crazy. It was crazy. Like that's one of those videos that you'd see on like, some random Instagram, you know what I'm saying? But it
Right,
was
right.
I
Well,
just
I would
I
like
just
it
kn-
because you've
I just
seen
knew
those
the deer
videos
I
of
just
those.
knew the deer was gonna get up. I knew the deer was gonna get up because it was a fence, not a wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you've seen those videos of like deer hitting like cross country runners, in the middle of a race or whatever. That was what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
getting hit, like somebody getting hit. Yeah.
yeah,
But then the craziest thing is on the way out, you could it hit the chain link fence so hard that it dented the fence.
hmm
Like it's like a whole indent where the where it hit. I'm like, yo, that's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Because we were talking on the way home. I think if you had asked us before we had seen this, if a deer ran,
Hit a
full
fence, would
steam
have died.
ahead, yeah, we would have said no.
No, because
Yeah,
it's a fence, you
right.
know. But but I also have never seen a deer run that fast though. So there we are.
Yeah, that's
You
right,
know,
Mark. That's right, Mark. Add it,
what am I say?
add it to our list of deer stories on the PR project.
Yeah, and I don't want any more after that one.
Yeah,
I
that
feel
was
like
that's
I feel like that's
the
the
finale.
end. I feel like
Yeah,
that is a good, good clothes for my deer altercations.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, crazy day.
Yeah,
But
great
was
way
even
to
more
end that
scary.
one.
What was even more? I mean, I'm glad we all had a good race because that was the last thing you need to see before you jump into
Have a
a
bad race, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like 20. It was like 20 minutes, like 10, 15 minutes for the race, pretty much, right?
Yeah. Because that's
Yeah,
where we were headed to. We were headed to the start line.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, shop it.
Shop at Tracksmith. Tracksmith's like, no, you guys are done. You guys are done. Apparently, we need Aaron on the show to keep us under control, Gary. um, uh, yeah. So that's another thing. I'm scared of what scared the deer.
Right. We were.
Somebody joked and was like, "Was there a bear over there or something?" Like,
I,
because they were
I,
moving.
my guess was with all the traffic and the noise, maybe an air horn or something of that nature with, people getting ready for the race and running. Did it, because it's not a big island,
No, it is an island, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was a street on the other side of those fences,
Yeah.
on the other side of those trees, yeah. So maybe that was it.
Yeah. Because it wasn't like, I don't think you can hunt in that island. So I had to, I mean,
No,
not that you would be hunting near the school anyway, but like, I think I hopefully it was just an air horn or something of that nature and not, the gruesome boogeyman of gross eel.
you heard about that though, right?
I mean, I told Ern there was bear.
Yeah, they're bear out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ern is a big wildlife type of guy, so
Yeah.
we always try to like let him know about like the cool things that are out there. No,
It's
no one
hurtful.
said that.
Why would you
No
say
one said
that?
that at all. Jesus. All right, so yeah, so I'm back to running. I put a whole week of running in. I think I ran Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. So was that 5 days?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I felt decent. And I said that like on a live on Instagram, like I felt like as I was running each day, it wasn't getting worse.
Yeah.
Like, so it must mean something good. So I ran most of the day today. The 8 miles pretty, pain free or discomfort free. And I even a couple times I was running like full speed. Like I got down to like 6:30 a couple times trying to like catch up to people and get videos and stuff. And I didn't have any issues. Stopped for a bit after you guys were done with your race, and then started back up, and my leg was like about to fall off. Okay, let's talk. Let's get back to the real life here, Arnie. Thank you for bringing us back on point here. The new Tracksmith turnover half tights are fire. Remember, Gary, you were asking what they were called?
I was because I need to get me a pair.
These are the
Yeah.
ones with the pockets, like 4 pockets in the back.
If I can get me a pair before Boston, maybe I'll switch it up. Problem is I need to get a belt too because I had the session shorts with the pockets
Mhm.
behind me and I had a hard time because it was cold. So just keep
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely like I raced in Osaka and Tokyo with a flip belt or
Yeah.
not flip belt, but spy belt with a zipper.
Yeah.
I can't do that. My hands, unless it's a hot race, my hands get cold so fast. So like, I need it to be in pot and stuff like that where you can just grab a hold of the gel and take it out. Like I can't do the zipper, zip it back, and all this other stuff. So having 4, I'm gonna take gels 5 at the 5, 10, 15, 20, 23 or 20,
Yeah.
24, 22, 23, 24, depending on like probably 22 or 23. So that's 5 gels, I think, right? Math. If I can have 4 or 3 in the back, and then 1 in each, what are those things called?
Sleeve. Don't
Arm
forget though,
sleeve.
they're going to be on course as well.
No, I take you can, Gary.
Yes, of course. I forgot about that.
Yes, of course.
I don't have to worry about. Yes, I can save some room because they'll be on course for what I'm using.
Yeah.
That was the other issue I had too with that bottle. Was trying to tear open the Morton's.
With the bottle in your hand.
Yeah, because it's you can't rip them off with your mouth. It doesn't go the whole way. and it's like a metal. It's a metal packet.
Those pockets work. Held my Morton gels perfectly.
Moving on.
Moving on. Yeah, no, but honestly, that's one of the things that I don't that with Morton. My only issue with Morton was if you do have to like tear it with your teeth. Um, it one time I actually got like a cut
Yeah.
because like the way like I was trying to mess around trying to open it and it just didn't work out. And I got like a little small like paper metal cut,
Yeah.
and that's not fun. So like yeah, so you gotta figure that out if that's your issue too. But I had hand warmers in Tokyo and Osaka because not because it was gonna be that cold, but I just didn't want my fingers to get. I needed my fingers and stuff, my hands to be like able to deal with gels, grab cups, and
That
all
makes
that
sense.
stuff.
That
Yeah,
makes
so
sense.
like
Yeah.
I'd rather them be a little hot for the most part than not be able to open a gel when I need it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so uh thank you so much for pointing that out, Arnie, because those half tights are amazing, and I'm a half tight wearer for races. So I always I kind of had an issue with like some of the tracksmith where it was like, yo, where are the pockets? Like some of these other brands got pockets everywhere. But I'm glad that they found the very tracksmithy way to do it too. It wasn't like they didn't go with the side pockets, down the leg or nothing like that. They did very sleek,
Yeah.
stylish, nice looking, all that. So I have a pair. I probably try to grab another pair just in case. But those are great. You can if you've already bought stuff from Tracksmith, you can obviously go and use this code at the bottom here, PR Give, for free shipping on that. The proceeds go to get donated to a nonprofit of our choice. And then if you are a new customer, haven't ever bought anything from Tracksmith, you can do PR New. That's $15 off of $75 or more. So that says 15%. It's $15.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
so
it
it's
was
15. It's $15 off of $15 off of $75 or more. So if you spend $120, you're spending 105, which ain't bad. That's a decent deal for a Tracksmith thing. But thank you so much, guys, for tapping in. Definitely want to jump over to Aaron's stories and watch maybe tomorrow or something like that as he posts more. I think he posted something today about it, but check in, tap if you want to see like how he felt in his tune-up race. Gary crushed his. Aaron got a PR today.
Yeah.
Crazy thing is when you get a PR on a tune-up race when you did most of your marathon goal pace, during the race is a weird feeling. It's like
It really is. Yeah.
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 Because you're barely happy about it. Like you're happy, like, oh, a PR, but it's like I didn't even.
That's what happened last November or October. I got the
Mhm.
PR in the marathon, but I was like half marathon, but I hadn't run a half marathon in 4 years. Like
Yeah,
I would hope.
yeah, exactly. Like my PR before. I think I PR'd this year, or last year. Yeah, I PR'd every distance last year, and I think the half was that one in Grand Rapids. But it was just like getting ready for Berlin, so it was like kind of a weird feeling to the PR and something like that.
Right.
But all right, thank y'all for tapping in. As always, remember to say thank you to Tracksmith for sponsoring this awesome show of ours by tapping in with them. If you are going to be buying something, make sure you use PR New, 15% off for new customers, or PR Give for free shipping, which probably ends up being like $5-10, depending on like.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's free, but I don't think it's like they don't do overnight free, that's for sure. But I think you could save like $10 on that. But tap in with them. The more you do that, the more it helps us out, and we appreciate you guys. And we're gonna tap out of here. Get you some Tracksmith stuff so you can be cool like us.
Yeah, check out this.
Oh, yours is sweet. Move the microphone.
Awesome. This is
Move the mic.
A big old gray boy hoodie. Super heavy, super soft in the inside.
Yeah.
I think my kids are gonna fight me over it, so I gotta hide it. But no, it's super comfy. This is gonna be I'm gonna wear this pretty much in the house all day, every day.
Yeah, that's not a race throwaway hoodie right there.
No, definitely not.
That is not. But all right, guys, we will tap in with you guys later. As Allison said, have a great week, everyone. Good night, all. Peace
Real
out.
quick,
Thanks.
real quick. Alexis got a PR this weekend. She did post about it, so I wanted to like give her some love there. So
Yep. All right. Congratulations, Alexis, and everybody else who raced in PR. Bye,
yes.
Mom. Talk to you guys later.